what do you see? What do you see when you look into this picture, which resonates with Vermeer, who is a painter? And in fact, what I did took 3 years to write a book, and I gave the manuscript to a young artist in Bedfordshire, and I said, read this book, please, read this manuscript, and then paint the cover of my book, please. And that's what he did. And can you see the maths in there? Can you see the engineering in there? Can you see the multiple creativities? Is this an art creativity? Is this artistic creativity? Was there actually collaborative work? Because he had to read the book and he had to represent the book. And so in representing the book, this is what he came up with. Something that does resonate with a lot of different kinds of textures, and I'd like you to interpret ways of seeing. From there, look at diverse disciplinarities. This is an amazing way to actually think about diversity and interdisciplinarity. If you look at intradisciplinarity, working within a single discipline, science, working in a single music, cross-disciplinarity, viewing one discipline from the perspective of another. And we've been seeing some of that going on today. Multidisciplinarity, people often working in different disciplines, working together, each drawing on their own disciplinary knowledge. Integrating knowledge and methods from different disciplines, using a real synthesis, and transdisciplinarity, which is what I think we're trying to do when we think about STEAM. So where is that leading me? Why am I talking about disciplinarities? I'm showing that this is something that is really relevant to us at this point in the 21st century, thinking how we work with multiple disciplinarities. And I'm particularly, of course, looking at musical musical creativities and looking at the multiple ways that we engage in creativity. I don't see it, nor does my research show that there is an intercultural and collaborative creativity, an empathic creativity where people in certain sites working with refugees, with Musicians Without Borders, which we've researched. When Musicians Without Borders work with refugees, they don't talk and work with their own music. They engage in the mind of and the music of the refugee who's been broken, often actually, physically and mentally. So empathic creativity is a new practice whereby they empathize and work with people to create something new in order to engage with them. One of the books, this was this one that took 3 years. 20 people, 20 musicians from across music industries. I didn't go in to look for multiple creativities. I came out with them. And that's a complex model, isn't it? You don't have to analyze that. This is a more reduced view of what it was. I heard people talking about performance creativity, the practice of real-time scripting, which is live coding, and they talked about it generated a performance creativity, a new way of playing and being. User creativity with video designers who are working with sound, making a lot of money in that industry. Interactive audio design, they work with prep production and production cycles, and user creativity central to their practice. And one more, I forgot. Compositional creativity, I put this one in for you, is the driver of composers' work and their play space. There isn't one way of composing and a way of creating new pieces in one single way. So this reduces it down to something that might be a little bit more digestible. Forms of authorship is one of the key things. It's not the same in different sites. Play, we saw playground creativity where the children were creating ways of working with what's in the playground. It's not a form of practice you can call creativity. It has its own values. It has its own technologies. It has its own self and social ways of working and different mediating modalities, which is linked in again to time and space and practice principles. Now, it is a juggling act, and we're juggling time, and if I look there, I think, my God.